Today we'll be addressing the topic of whether or not the Star Wars sequels should be canon, and whether or not they will be retconned by George Lucas or Dave Filoni or Jon Favreau, which, believe it or not, is actually a quite common theory on the internet, and it has been since 2007 when The Last Jedi came out. Now obviously this is a stupid theory, but saying that would be way too easy, and we'd be leaping over a ton of interesting arguments and perspectives. So today I'll be giving my views on why the Star Wars sequels should never be erased from canon, and why it would be a terrible idea if they were. Quickly before we start the discussion, if you haven't already, please go join our Discord server. It's by far the best place to reach me and ask me questions. There are tons of different chats for you to interact in, and there are a variety of other YouTubers who contribute to it. The link is in the description and in the comments, so go check it out. Also, if I sound sick, then it's because I am. My throat problems came back unfortunately, but I didn't want to postpone this video, so if my voice dies out halfway through, then you'll know why. But yeah, it does sound a bit different, so I'm sorry about that, but I just really wanted to get a video out for you guys. Gosh, people say I sound nasally already. This is gonna be horrible. Anyways, I think a good place to start is to look at how these weird theories first came about. Obviously, the people who want the sequels removed from canon are angry Star Wars fans. People who felt massive disappointment about how the sequels turned out, and they truly do believe that the Disney trilogy was a soulless cash grab that ruined everything that made Star Wars special. Now, you all know that I don't agree with this perspective, but I can certainly empathize with the people who truly felt betrayed by Disney. Like we've said before, disliking the sequels or being disappointed by them is completely okay. They're not perfect movies for everyone, and you're allowed to not like them and criticize them. In fact, thinking they're cash grabs is completely valid. After all, Disney is a mega corporation, so of course they wanted money, like any mega corporation does. However, I think wanting to erase them completely is counterintuitive, but we'll get to that in just a bit. Anyways, the people who want to erase the sequels may seem like a minority until you realize that it's actually quite a common opinion, especially on the internet. Search the topic up on YouTube and you'll get hundreds if not thousands of videos on the topic, most of them being in favor of retconning the sequels. If you go basically anywhere on the internet, you'll be able to find people saying this, for example on Reddit. And I've even found petitions for the sequels to be removed from canon. This has become widespread on the internet, and although these people are not all inherently toxic and abusive towards the creators or other people, and are often more driven by personal emotions, I still believe that this thought process is very ignorant and selfish. Remakes that offer a different perspective but don't remove the sequels from canon entirely is something I could at least understand, but full-on erasing them and saying that they're not canon anymore completely shits on all the people who love these movies. And yes, if you're on the internet a lot, then it might seem like most people hate the Star Wars sequels, but trust me, there are so many people out there who enjoy them. They're often just not very vocal about it, unlike these lunatics. Retconning the sequels entirely would be like taking a dump on the front porch of every single person who dedicated weeks, months, and years to creating these movies. You may not like Kathleen Kennedy or Rian Johnson for whatever reasons, but what about the actors? What about the choreographers, John Williams and the sound designers, the visual effects artists and the camera crew? What about the hairstylists and the makeup artists, and the costume designers, and all the extras who had their dreams come true by being able to tell their friends that they were in a Star Wars scene somewhere? Just imagine being one of the tens of thousands of people who worked so hard on these movies and then being told that they're being remade because people hate them too much. Disney as a corporation would probably be just fine. We shouldn't feel too bad for them, but that's not true when it comes to the actual individuals that genuinely had passion for what they were making. That would suck for them. But it wouldn't just suck for the people who helped make the movies. Erasing the Disney-era Star Wars movies would be like erasing a whole new generation of Star Wars fans. Think about how many kids and teenagers have gotten into Star Wars because of these movies. The franchise that you and I love to death now also provides joy to millions more because of these new movies. No matter how much you hate the sequels, you can't tell me it doesn't put a smile on your face when you see a small child dressed up as Rey or Kylo Ren or Maz Kanata. Erasing the sequels would mean erasing Star Wars for a lot of people. Imagine having to tell your child that the movies that they love and adore aren't real anymore because some spoiled grown-ups complained about them online. And now Disney have been coerced into deleting them from existence. Just imagine that. Like, what would you even tell them? Plus, there were definitely people who wanted the prequels erased when they came out. Imagine the anger you would have felt if, like me, the prequels were super important to your childhood. Anyways, I'm just trying to guilt trip a lot of people right now, but I truly do believe it's important important to cover this topic from a more emotional and humanistic approach. Because being on the internet can often make you forget that you're interacting with real people on the other side, that your actions have consequences and repercussions somewhere. It's so easy to say that you hate some movies and that you want a massive corporation to retcon them and delete them from canon, but you may not feel the same way when you think about all the real people who worked on them. Fans, just like you and I, who are proud to have been a part of making Star Wars. Thing is, I don't know why people want Disney to retcon the sequels. We didn't like it the last time they tried it. They retconned a lot of shit that happened in The Last Jedi because people were outraged and sometimes even verbally abused the creators. Disney listened to the angry mob, and guess what? The Rise of Skywalker ended up making those people even more angry. And on top of that, pissing off the dedicated fans who actually enjoyed The Last Jedi. So I think retconning is a terrible idea when it comes to the sequels, at least for now, while there's so much animosity within the fandom. Because the thing is, I'm not against remakes if there's a purpose for them. For example, I grew up with the Harry Potter movies and they gave me so much nostalgia. I wouldn't want to change them or delete them just because they do things differently to the books. However, despite how much I love them, I'd still be open to the possibility of them remaking the series with more focus on following the books more accurately. Perhaps make a TV series that will allow the story to be fleshed out more, but it wouldn't mean that this new series is any more Harry Potter than the movies. That's what I believe a good remake is. And if in many years someone decides to remake the Star Wars sequels, or provide a different direction for how the story could have gone, then I'd be all for it, if it was done with good intentions and in good faith. I love the direction the sequels took, but that doesn't mean I don't want to see what else could have happened. I just want more Star Wars, but I want Star Wars content to be created with the intention of entertaining us and sharing these adventures with us, not because the angry fans forced Disney to make more. You see where I'm going with this? I'm not 100% against a possible remake of the sequels, just like how I'd probably never be 100% against any remake of anything I love, except maybe The Lord of the Rings because I think they're perfect. But I just like being open to new experiences and new perspectives. But the way that these Star Wars fans are trying to cancel the sequels and delete them from canon is the complete wrong way to do it in my opinion. And it would hurt so many people who've either worked on the movies or who love the movies and feel an emotional connection to them. I think these fans are selfish because even though they're allowed to be upset, angry, and disappointed with how the sequels turned out, they have no right to turn their malice towards other people, wanting Disney to delete the sequels from existence just because they got their feelings hurt. If you're one of these people, then I really do hope that this video has helped you see the whole situation from a different perspective, and maybe you won't be so direct in your approach coming forward. I truly am curious to see if the fandom can ever return to a time where most people just enjoy Star Wars. We might never know. But anyways, that was all I had for today. I just had some quick thoughts on the topic, but if you thought I was spot on or completely off, then be sure to let me know down in the comments. Again, join the Discord server. It's a lot of fun. But other than that, I hope you all have a wonderful day. Stay safe and peace out.